Hey guys, welcome back to the woods of Idaho and back to the channel here. Today, we're checking out a pistol that's probably very familiar to you, a Glock 22. This is your full-size Glock in 40 Smith & Wesson. What makes this particular Glock special though, and about 300 others that my FFL Best Buy Surplus, linked in the video description below, has in stock right now, not only G22s but G21s, the full-size 45 ACP Glock, is that this is an LE trade-in or law enforcement trade-in. Now, police departments around the country change guns sometimes. They might decide, we don't want Glock anymore, we want SIG, we don't want 40 anymore, we want 9, whatever it is, they have one pistol and they change it for another. When that happens, those departments actually sell their duty pistols, and that is the case with the few hundred that Best Buy Surplus just got into stock. Now the question on my mind, probably the question on your mind, is what do you get when you buy an LE trade-in? Why is it $150 less expensive than a new gun? What kind of condition are they in, and what can you expect from them? And that's what I want to find out in this video here. Before we zoom in for a closer look of this guy, I just wanted to say that the G22s are $369 and the G21s are $359. They are a heck of a deal if it were just a standard Glock, but in a lot of cases you actually get more with these LE trade-ins than you do with a brand new Glock. So let's take a closer look, find out what came on this one. Okay, this is going to be quick because what you have here is a Glock. It's a Gen 3 Glock 22. There is nothing interesting or special about it. In a Glock case, $369, that is special, that is a low price. And unlike a regular Gen 3 Glock, this one comes with 3 magazines. They all look basically brand spanking new. They might actually be new. I don't know if they were duty magazines. It looks like they've barely been loaded into the gun or loaded with ammo. On the Glock itself, it is a factory Glock 22, except that it has steel Glock brand, I don't know who makes these, but it says Glock on the front and the rear, tritium 3-dot night sights. So these are not your typical plastic Glock with a U-notch white mark on the rear. These are metal, they are 3-dot, and there are tritium inserts on the rear and on the front as well, which is very nice. Obviously, if you were to upgrade a factory Glock or any pistol really with tritium night sights like this, you're looking at a good $100 to do so. So that's a lot of value, plus the 20 or whatever dollars in an extra magazine. A lot of extra value here that you are getting with it for, again, $150 or so less. And actually, I just noticed that this one magazine says restricted law enforcement government only, which to me means this is from the mid to late 90s during the assault weapons ban, during the 10-round magazine capacity ban. So it was definitely, I guess, a duty mag. Again, it has very little wear visible. And it is a Gen 3 or older magazine. You can see there's only the magazine catch on the one side. These other ones have magazine catches on both sides, which means it's Gen 4 compatible, which means they are new. Now looking at the pistol itself, I mean, it looks very, very good. Go over to thetruthaboutguns.com for larger photos. There's a little bit of holster wear right here in front of the chamber on either side of the slide. Obviously that's where the holster rubbed the most. There's only a teeny bit on the muzzle, mostly on the right side there. It's all just a little bit of polish to the finish right there in front of the chamber. Otherwise, I mean, it looks amazing inside the gun as well. Looks really, really good. And there's very little wear on the rails at all. I mean, really, the thing looks closer to new than it does to used, and you're looking at it right now after I put almost 300 rounds through it. And it still looks freaking new. The barrel itself, I mean, there's no wear on the finish in the barrel, not at the muzzle, not on the barrel, the chamber hood. The feed strip under the slide has very little wear on it, very little brass deposits. This whole thing, the striker face here, the breech face, it looks just very, very, very lightly used at all. So that's it for taking the close-up of what you expect when you get an LE Glock. This thing is almost new, but it's got the upgrades, it's got the night sights, you get 3 magazines, and you save a bunch of money. So, I don't know, I mean, that's a heck of a deal. And you know, as for the bit of holster wear, and I think this is slightly better than average, like I said, holster wear on a Glock is actually pretty hard to do. You have to carry it, you have to put it in the holster, take it out a lot to get wear. So I kind of think it adds some cool factor, some like legitimacy. It makes it look like you've used the gun, because getting a Glock to look used is pretty difficult. So this looks like you are someone who has, you know, carried your gun a lot. And maybe, you know, That's kind of a cool image. Shoots like a Glock, but these sights are really, really nice. Steel and the 3-dot layout works better for me than the normal Glock U-notch on the rear. Love the snow. You know, honestly, there's not a lot to say. It's a Glock. It's running like a Glock. Shoots like a Glock. It's exactly what I expected. No issues. Alright, that's it. We're going to keep it a little bit short. This thing is a Glock. It's exactly what you would expect from a factory new Gen 3 Glock. Except, of course, this one came with factory steel night sights. This one came with 3 magazines, and this one was $369. It is a heck of a deal. Definitely think about one of these if you're in the market for a G22 or G21. Again, the contact information for Best Buy Surplus, which has a few hundred of these in stock, is in the video description below. And please go to thetruthaboutguns.com T-tag. There's a link also in the video description to that write-up on this gun with some good photos so you can see the kind of condition I got this one in. This was an average to slightly better, very slightly better than average example. It looked practically brand new. Little bit of holster wear as you saw in the video earlier, but very, very indistinguishable from new. I don't know if the rumor that these receive special treatment from Glock armorers, from Glock itself with better parts is true, but I definitely wouldn't shy away from it. It was just as accurate, just as reliable, just as Glock as you would expect from a factory new Glock, but a lot lower price. As always, thank you very much for joining me in the woods. Please like and subscribe if you're so inclined, and I hope to see you guys next time.